there, my darlings. Hello there, my darlings. Well, if you're wondering why I look like I'm in the dark, well, it's because I am. You see, we've been having some storms, and the storms have been a little bit of crazy. And just as I finished Manifestation Monday, and look, oh, here comes somebody. Just as I finished Manifestation Monday, our power went out. Bless you, Sammy. Bless you. Our power went out. And so here I am. And I know a lot of you are depending on seeing me. I'm going to put this up a little bit more. Depending upon seeing me because you want some insight on what happened today in the Karen Reed trial, day 29. Well, it wasn't pretty, was it? We've been all seeing crime for ever and ever. The idea that Hank would have the audacity to do what he did, it shows that he's either really ridiculously dumb or he has no fear. Either way is disturbing. Either way, it's desperation. Because you know what, my darlings? People who are desperate, and I'm recording from my phone, so that's why it looks a little funny. I hope it's okay. But people who are desperate are dangerous. Seriously. Oh, here comes another kitty. Because they can see better than I can. They're dangerous. Hank feels like he's in a very desperate situation. Now I'm going to pull out some cards among the shadows. If you see an orb or anything go by, well, you know exactly what's going on. We're going to shuffle and we're going to ask, what is the overall energy of the jury? Because you know what? That's what I am mostly concerned about. What's the overall? Just the energy of the jury. Just the overall, what's happening there. So we're going to see. Sammy's here guarding my energy like a little good girl. And this is what happens. Okay. That was pretty good timing. I just shut it down from Manifestation Monday. You should go over there and take a look at that one because we actually talked about this trial in Manifestation Monday on True Oracle. All right, what is the overall energy with the jury today in the Karen Reed trial, day 29? Let's go. Oh. Cat is on my battery light. That's not good. Okay. They're all a little upset, pardon me. And Rosebud, my darling, if you see this, Rosebud 4, thank you so much for the generous gift. She bought me some hoop earrings. And listen, I can be the throwback to 1978. I love it. I love hoop earrings. All right, here we are. First card off the top. You're going to see it before me, and believe me, here we are. Oh, do I love that. The energy of the Two of Pentacles. But what does this energy mean? It's kind of grounding, but you know, there is a ship with water in the background. Hank is waiting to be rescued somehow. He's juggling the evidence. He's juggling himself, and yet he's waiting for his ship to come in. What is his ship? Well, he just figures that somebody somewhere somehow is going to believe his nonsense over what's going on. Let's take another card. I'm going to put this down here. What's the card on the bottom? Well, you know what? This certainly does not surprise me, my darlings, because of this. The Temperance card is the significator card for Officer John O'Keefe. We've been hearing him throughout this trial. Amazingly enough. How? Well, first of all, to me, every time we hear a siren blaring in Dedham, I just kind of feel it's the energy of John. At least I want to think that. But this card is all about, pardon me, this card is all about balance. But there's something else I want you to see about this particular card. Let me put down this whole deck. What I want you to think about is you see her red wings. The red wings go beyond the frame of the card. The red wings are showing us that this is much bigger, divinely, than we could ever imagine. I've always said that I feel Karen has been chosen to fight this mess. Now, I know what you're going to say, but Zelda, oh my gosh, this is so horrible. She's facing prison. Yeah. Yeah. That's why it will have such a big impact when this is finally over and behind her. You see that angel there who is enlightened, by the way, who is pouring water from cup to cup. Means there has to be some balance here. See the little triangle on her robe there? That is a triangle of balance of spirit, material, mental. Balance. Now, what do you see here? See right here by my finger. That is a pathway. The pathway right here goes back to this. Now, some people think that's a sun. It's actually a crown. It's crowning glory. Crowning glory of finally reaching your ultimate goal. This has been a journey for Karen, for the defense team, for the families, for many, many people. We're going to put this down here too. I'll hold them up here in a minute. See, hello. We cannot disturb the princess. The next card, oh, look. The next two cards here. Wow, is this amazing? So I'm going to show you this first one. This is the Seven of Cups. Something interesting about the Seven of Cups. You see this person here is a void. It's almost like he's in a dream state. But he's looking at everything in those cups. Some things look great. Some things not so great. Some things look wonderful. Some things are like, what on earth have I done? You see there in a cloud, it's all emotion and it's thoughts. It could be in a dream state. It could be, what can I have? What does this really mean? What is the lesson that is in this? Now, this could be Karen asking this, and I think it is. And the reason being is because this moon card comes. You know, I was reading cards in Manifestation Monday on Drew Oracle, and I pulled an Oracle card that is the moon card. Now, why is this so significant? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because the planet Jupiter has moved into the sign of Cancer, the zodiac sign of Cancer. Jupiter will remain there until June 30th of 2026. That's a long time. I have heard that it's been something like 26 years since Jupiter has been in the sign of Cancer. It's kind of this relief of, whew, it's about time. It's good for everybody, but the signs that are most affected by this are Pisces, and Karen happens to be Pisces. So Pisces, Sagittarius, which happens to be John's card. Is that not amazing? You all saw me shuffle. So John's card, Sagittarius, it affects all Sagittarius. Pisces, and of course, Cancerians. Now, it'll affect each and every one of us. But the great thing is, my darlings, this is excellent for this trial. And excellent, these two cards together mean that this dream of the defense overtaking things will definitely have some positive vibes and can be a total reality. Hey, I'm digging that, right? I'm digging that. We all need that. Now, I want to pull a couple of cards for the energy of Hank. We know what Hank is, in my opinion, and yours too. We don't have to mention that. We know what that's all about. Desperate people do desperate things. Oh, and there came up. I want you to know, in True Oracle, the Magician came up. Now, I call this the manifestation card, but this is for Hank. So he's trying to pull a rabbit out of his hat, metaphorically speaking. He's trying to manipulate this and make this into what it is that he wants to be. He's trying to use magic thoughts, seeing about what it is that he can do next. I got news for him. We're going to put that down there. On the bottom of the deck, he went into today blindly, hoping to cover up his energy, hoping that no one would see what task he was up to. You see this energy. But swords are our thoughts and our communication. And he tried to hide something that was very important. I'm going to take this and put it down here. Now, sword, a benevolent hand coming out of the heavens. The Ace of Swords tells us that thoughts are going to be put, sorry, somebody was scratching around. Thoughts are going to be put back in place. Things are going to be put back into place so we don't have to go through this anymore. I'm going to get another card. Oops, I better put that one on the bottom. Oh no, it's gone. Never mind. Never mind. All right, so sometimes that happens. I want to know about tomorrow, day 30. Are we in 8 weeks? Maybe. I don't know. Day 30. The Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a water sign. She is Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. This represents Karen because she has been required to call upon her memory of the events of the last 3.5 years, and especially the night of January 29th of 2022, which that date will remain in infamy forever. But this is a card telling us, you see the pebbles here at her feet? Those pebbles, she's sitting on a little throne that's got cherubs on. How cute. Sitting there, and the pebbles at her feet are all the memories. That is why she is, can you see it? Barefoot, sitting there. Because she wants to feel and be grounded in her memories. On the bottom of the deck, oh, another ace timing card. A water sign, another benevolent hand coming out and telling us, hey, these things don't go without being noticed, and especially on a divine realm. The defense cup is about to run over. That means something good is going to happen. Let's get another cup. Or another, yeah, I want another cup. Let's get another card. How about another card? The Judgment card. Well, isn't that the absolute truth? And look at those wings go off the frame of the card, which means judgment is encompassing a lot more, covering a lot more territory, a lot more bases than what we would ever believe or think. You see, I like to call this the discernment card. You see those people? Well, they're not really in a good way, but what I'm going to say is this. This is kind of like your wake-up call. This will be the wake-up call for the jury. The wake-up call to say, look, if this stinker can lie, someone who is appointed to uphold the truth and uphold the law can lie in a case to get a conviction, what else has he lied to you about? You see, that's the one thing about lying. You know that if somebody lies to you, they'll steal from you. And if somebody will steal from you, they'll lie to you. Well, the Commonwealth is trying to steal Karen's freedom. And they're trying to steal it by manipulating the truth and hoping that people don't wake up. Well, I got news for them, because you see that. You see that. I'm going to put this down here. On the bottom of the deck, we have, the King of Cups, another water sign. However, he represents a man who is filled with love for family. And I believe this has always been Mr. Reed. He has always been there behind Karen. I don't think he's missed a day. Bless his heart, they all need a break. So I want to get a final message and a conclusion. Pardon me, Sam. I want to get a final message and a conclusion of what is happening. Let's see. What is your final thoughts? What a final conclusion. What are your final thoughts? And they are this. Ready? Oh boy. The Hierophant. Also the sign of Taurus, although I don't believe that Taurus season is what we're here for. This is a card of engagement, can be even of marriage, but the engagement is being so engaged in this case, being literally married to this case, being in a position where there is some spiritual realm. And this message to us is never lose sight of how much Karen's defense team is engaged in this. They know what is about to come down the pike. What is, I'm going to put this down here. What is on the bottom of the deck? Now you saw me shuffle, and for that to come up again, the Queen of Cups is significant. They are definitely engaged in this situation, and the card underneath is this. Bless her. The Queen of Pentacles sitting there admiring what she has accomplished. That represents the defense admiring what they have not only accomplished, but it can and usually is a healing in their finances. Oh, I love this. There's a healing coming in her finances, Sammy. There's a healing coming. So what does all this mean? Excuse me. I'm going to try to hold them all up here so you can see. Yeah, I kept them out. We have to fan out these little fellows. But it's for you to see. There's more to come, my darlings. There's literally more to come. And believe me, Hank does not have the jury fooled. Not at all. There has to be some balance. There has to be an end to this situation. And let me give you my thought and prediction. We have seen the Commonwealth double down over the last few days. I think that's coming to the end. I think now the defense is going to be stepping up, and you watch and see what happens tomorrow on day 30. Let's forget about this. I know we can't forget about it, but what I'm going to say is, look, let's put our best foot forward and knowing that if we see this mess, so does the jury. The jury sees this, and they will continue to see it. I personally, based on the cards that we pulled out tonight, believe that the jury understands and knows exactly what Hank is doing and what he's up to and his snarkiness. They don't like it. And I'm going to tell you what, this is why people hate attorneys, and it's especially why people hate law enforcement. But I want to tell you the two very important cards that have come out here tonight, and that's these two. It's funny because one of the first readings that I did for Karen was right at Verdict Watch the last time. And I believe these two cards came out. If they didn't, I may have laid them out on the table because I knew they are significant, and they are just as significant now as they ever have been. The significator cards for Karen and Officer John. The reality is, John needs justice, and he will get it. Karen needs to be free, and she needs to be released from the obligation of this sick, twisted, evil, maniacal, manipulative, can I come up with any more adjectives? And she just needs to be free. I believe she will be. Because I'm going to tell you what, tomorrow the jury will see. Excuse me over here. Somebody messing with the light. Tomorrow the jury will see. The next day the jury will see. By Friday the jury will see. I'm not so sure if the defense is going to rest their case. Certainly I don't believe tomorrow. I don't believe Wednesday. Possibly Thursday. We should hear closing arguments on or before Friday. We can look at it this way. It's finally over. This stage is finally over. John needs his justice. Karen needs to be free. I believe the defense has done a fantastic job. And we will read, I will be here, we will be together on Verdict Watch. But until then, I'm going to ask you to please manifest very positive light and positive vibes for Karen and her defense and her family. Love and light to each and every one of you. I love you so much. Thank you for being here and for your support. And I want to just say, you know it. You know it. Look, I can still run this button from my phone. And you know what?
Sit down, demon.
That's right. Sit down, demon. I played the howl because that is the evil, maniacal howl of Hank. We're going to find out very soon, my darlings. We'll be together. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. And you know what? I appreciate your support. And I'll see you in court. Bye for now.